Okay, I'm gonna try to keep this short and sweet. Let's see. A lot has went down since my last video. Um, I heard that the $15 minimum wage didn't pass in Congress. Um, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry has called out racism within the British royal family in the United Kingdom, and an old British guy who wrote a book. I mean, I didn't see what his name was. Watched him on France 24 English, and he talked about how stupid Meghan Markle was because she didn't do research on the royal family, and her and Prince Harry's interview with Oprah Winfrey was pointless and a waste of time. This is his word. And here in Texas, the state that I live in, here in the United States, um, Greg Abbott has lifted the mask mandate and opened up businesses 100%. So basically, he lost his mind, lifted the ban, and just put me and everybody at risk here. So basically, people gonna be dying left and right from the pandemic, from COVID-19. So as this happens, I mean, the blood is gonna be on the hands of Texas Governor Greg Abbott. And, what Greg Abbott did basically was reckless and dangerous. So basically, he's an idiotic madman. He's a lunatic. He lost his mind. And an ICU nurse, which is a young woman, is terrified of all of this. You know, I'm kind of I'm not scared of all of this, but all I can do is like wear my mask and wash my hands and practice social distancing. That's all I can do. You know, yeah. Um, Before I go into this video, after saying all of this, I'm gonna say one more thing before going into this video. Um, yeah, that video that I did at the border between Texas and Louisiana, I was talking about um, countries with bad immigration problems. They just let anybody into their country, and I saw that I got a dislike, and I think that dislike is from someone who disagree with me on the immigration problem thing because they see that people from war torn countries um, who are escaping violence are coming into this country for safety. They want to be safe and they want to start a new life here. I got nothing against that. People are escaping violence in war torn countries. You, I mean, they deserve to come over here. They do. But the United States is not a great country to live in. It's one of the worst countries in the world. I mean, this country has the worst health care in the developed world. Um, Low minimum wage, like military industrial complex, prison industrial complex, not a good work life balance. All these issues, and Yeah, I said the wrong things about immigration, in that previous video, but I'm not racist. I'm not against people who want to come into this country. But I just feel, or any other country in the world, I just feel that you know, just like like you want to keep the bad people out. You want to let the good and you want to let the good people in. And the good people are people who want to come here for a better life. And people who are escaping war torn countries, like bad countries like North Korea, Syria, Saudi Arabia, something like that. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing against those people who want to escape this country and come here, I just can't understand why they want to come here because this country isn't great. It has a lot of problems, and foreigners who come here think that America is great. They just ignore all the real problems. You can tell them and just go in one ear and out the other. You know, and they talk about, oh, you should be grateful for what this country's giving you. So I'm gonna let them believe what they want to believe. But at the end of the day, I'm right, they're wrong. Okay, on to this video. Okay, I lived in the United States all my life. All my life. Um, I was picked on as a kid at schools that I went to. Um, was bullied by a boss that I had at a store called TJ Maxx. Was bullied by an older woman who was my boss. Um, Ignored by a floor manager at Walmart, a place that I also used to work at. Was ignored by a floor manager who was from New York, New York State. Um, Yelled at by assholes. I mean, made fun of and shitted on by people online, being gaslighted by people online, specifically YouTube. I mean, I mean, no wonder, no wonder the suicide rate is through the roof, and no wonder like men in general go on mass shootings. A mass shooting hasn't happened because of the pandemic. In the case of in the murder trial of George Floyd is going on right now, and heard that the the police officer who killed him is going to be charged with was going to be charged with second degree murder. This is what I heard. But I'm not here to talk about all of that. In this video, there's some people in America that I definitely need to bash. It's these goddamn American patriots or hardcore American patriots.
I am proud to be an American. I got the Constitution shoved up my ass. I'm proud to be American. I got the Constitution stuck up my ass.
Who will rip you apart if you talk about something, if it's history or just a thought. They deemed it as unpatriotic and just come down on you about it. Yeah, just come down on you about it. And yeah, and they'll tell you to, like, you can leave if you want to, and isn't the Constitution is amazing? Stupid shit like that. So it's time for me to destroy these American flag waving pieces of shit, which are hardcore American patriots.
I am proud to be American.
And I have 32 reasons why they suck. Okay. I have this written on paper. 32 reasons why hardcore American patriots suck. So let me get started chewing these assholes out, chewing these delusional morons out. Okay, 32 reasons why hardcore American patriots suck. Number 1, when it comes to America, Americans are the most willfully ignorant people in the world. They avoid learning about things in other countries because they think America is the greatest country in the world and have no need to learn and hear about other countries. Hardcore American patriots take things to a whole new level. Number 2, hardcore American patriots are extremely ignorant. Number 3, they are sociopaths. Number 4, they are mean-spirited gaslighters. Number 5, they will insult your intelligence. Number 6, they are conceited. Number 7, they run their fucking mouths about freedom, the United States Constitution, and proud to be Americans. Number 8, they are violent, vicious assholes. Number 9, one of them told me, why bring up race? Race isn't an issue in America. One of them cared about the injustice of police killing innocent unarmed people and completely ignoring racism and race behind police killing unarmed black people. Number 10, they act like no freedom of the press and no freedom of assembly doesn't exist. Number 11, if you talk about things like the United States never getting into the American Revolutionary War with Great Britain and staying on as the 13 colonies to morph into a different country, they will go crazy and attack you on YouTube comments on a video and on social media sites like Facebook. It is nothing more than a thought from deep thinkers, normal sane Americans, and historians. They like to jump to wild accusations on stuff like this. They make it out as a political debate. Number 12. If you are a person with a disability, hardcore American patriots will not give a damn. If you tell them if you have a disability over a political debate, they will tell you it is a lame, pathetic excuse. Number 13. They will masturbate to Independence Day, the American flag, the bald eagle, freedom, and the U.S. Constitution. Number 14, if you diss the U.S. Constitution by calling it a piece of paper, they will tell you you need to respect the Constitution more, and it is keeping you together. Number 15, they don't mention double standards at all. Number 16, they never mention racism. Number 17, they never talk about people living in poverty. Number 18, they never talk about people being homeless by living on the streets and freeway overpasses in big cities all over America. Number 19, they look at the military industrial complex like it isn't important. Number 20, they don't care about the low minimum wage. Number 21, they don't care about how dysfunctional and bureaucratic the American healthcare system is. They don't care about how many uninsured and underinsured people die under the system. They don't care about people die waiting for care, can't afford care, go bankrupt over medical bills, and people rationing their medication. Number 22, if you bring up all the problems in America, they will say things like, I didn't say that. Number 23, they don't care about people who are struggling and suffering. All they care about is America, freedom, and the Constitution. Number 24, hardcore American patriots believe you are free in America. The truth is, in America, you don't have the freedom to meet people, talk to strangers, flirt with girls and women, or make friends in America. A tyrannical government, a boss to answer to on a job, people are closed off and mean-spirited, the highest number of laws and regulations in the world, and the ridiculously high prison population, America is an uptight nation and one of the least free countries. Number 25, they believe more guns for cops are needed, but deep down inside, they don't give a damn about the people behind the police officer uniform. Number 26. Number 26. They love to put down other countries that they assume has no freedom. They will put down countries that have more freedom and have the social freedoms that the U.S. doesn't have. Now, let me read this again. Number 26. They love to put down other countries that they assume has no freedom. They will put down countries that have more freedom and have the social freedoms that the U.S. lacks. Number 27. They will put out something from a country and say they don't have any freedom, like in Australia, where people will be fined for not voting. Number 28, hardcore American patriots don't know anything about the Constitution. They always talk about how awesome it is and bring up all the amendments in it. The truth is, They can't tell you anything about the Constitution. They treat it like it is a Bible, and they will tell you to leave America if you say anything that is unpatriotic. Number 29. I know people in other countries, not all, think America is great, but the Patriots think think it think is great too. They are wrong on a lot of stuff. Number 30. Just like all these stuck in the box Americans, hardcore American patriots don't want to leave America and travel overseas to countries that are better than America. They put down Americans who leave and travel overseas and leave America to live overseas. All they care about is I'm proud to be an American. Number 31. A hardcore American patriot told me I was stroking my ego, and a honest, straight to the heart, passionate speech to him in a comment on a YouTube video. Number 32. Honestly, I think hardcore American patriots, some of them, are a bunch of mean-spirited, undereducated, sociopathic, gaslighting, violent, rude, smart-mouthed, uncivilized, triggered, paranoid, fear-mongering, idiotic lunatics who have a bizarre obsession with freedom, the U.S. Constitution, and proud to be an American. They are a bunch of blind, freedom-loving, American flag-waving, arrogant, cocky assholes with no life. Their love for America will make them do things like jump up and down on top of the Statue of Liberty at the entrance of New York Harbor by jumping up and down and screaming, "Freedom, freedom, freedom! America has freedom! USA, USA!" Or kiss a bald eagle on the beak. They are quite the patriots. Okay, and that's the 32 reasons why hardcore American patriots suck. Sorry about the phone ringing in the background. Someone was calling me. I hope this didn't affect the video. And I read some things that probably will have YouTube probably pull this video and give me a strike. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the mindset of these American patriots, they don't know the things that people like Winston Wu knows. Like, I mean, they will never tell you the truth about America, and them talking about freedom and say that you're free. If we didn't have the Constitution, we wouldn't be free. I'm no history person on the Constitution, but yeah, the Constitution is keeping this country together. But as all the things go on here in America, I mean, America doesn't match up to what the Constitution is. I mean, I saw a news reporter from CNN being arrested by the police in Minneapolis, Minnesota, or St. Paul, Minnesota, like during a riot after the death of George Floyd. I mean, he was arrested and the camera crew was arrested as well. I mean, that's no freedom of the press. I mean, where's the freedom in that? I mean, an old man in Texas was arrested at a DMV by a state trooper, a Texas highway patrolman, because he didn't like the fact that they said that he didn't like the fact that they want him to show his birth certificate and a passport in order to get a motor vehicle license, a driver's license. and seeing that legal aliens, people from Mexico, didn't have to show a passport or a birth certificate to get a driver's license there. And this is all over the state of Texas. And he has to show his birth certificate in his U.S. passport. I mean, he didn't have a U.S. passport, but he had a birth certificate, and he refused to show his birth certificate. And he complained about he spent money on Texas tags for his car, and he's from Illinois. And he was gonna protest this at the DMV, but the state troopers arrested him and took him to jail. And when they arrested him, they try to figure out what they're going to get him for. And one talked about, oh, I'm going to get him for criminal trespassing. Where's the freedom in that? There's no freedom in that. And this is telling. I mean, how can you be free if you have a boss to answer to? You have to be on work on time because your boss wants you to be to work on that time. I mean, you have to be on time at your job. I mean, your hours are set by your boss. And if you keep come to work late and never come to work on the time that your boss wants you to come to work on, if this gets out of hand, you'll be fired. Where's the freedom in that? I mean, how can these American patriots sit here and run their mouths about freedom? We have freedom. If we didn't have the Constitution, and if we lost the American Revolutionary War to Great Britain, we wouldn't be free. We wouldn't be free. Like, how can they sit there and talk about freedom? and how can they sit there and talk about freedom and you don't? And America is not a free country, period. I mean, yeah, I mean, you have the political freedom to criticize politicians. I mean, but you don't have the freedom to walk up to someone and talk to someone because people are so closed off and don't have anything to do with anybody. And if you talk to someone who you went to school with and you lose it and you do something that you would regret online and like talk about them online, they will disown you, drop you like a bad habit, don't want to have anything to do with you, and block you or anybody who they don't want to talk to on a social media site. And you try to apologize, they won't trust you and look at you as a threat, and they tell their children, oh, you can't trust anybody. You can't trust your heart to anybody. No one's not gonna love you like they like I love you. So the only people you gotta trust is people in your family. Like, the only friends you have is in this house and not out there in the real world. Where's the freedom in that? No freedom. Nothing. So all you do is just talk to people in this country unless it's business related. And asking for directions. And just doing business and doing state official business of the state. That's the only time you're going to talk to anybody. Sounds to me like you don't have no freedom here. I mean, I hate to say it. It's not a free country here in the United States. It's not free. You got these foreigners who say that, oh, America is normal. It's normal. It's great to me. It's normal and great to me. And they're just so stupid and brainwashed and just don't have a clue. And they escape their violent, oppressive countries and come here and think it's great, and the truth is it's not great. You know, but them and these hardcore American patriots, they just don't have a clue, and a lot of them are sociopaths, and a lot of them will like to gaslight you. If you say something like honest and straight from the heart, they'll tell you, "Oh, you're stroking your ego," saying basically telling you that you have an ego. That's bullshit right there. You know, these gaslighters here in America, if you ask me, I think they're the ones who need to see a mental health profession. They're the ones who need to be strapped in a white jacket and be sent out and be sent away to the funny farm or the mental hospital. But like people like me can end up in a mental hospital and people like them won't. So basically, it's normal to go around shouting freedom and waving an American flag and talk about full freedom and being the patriot and defending your country against people who would disrespect your country and attack your country. Funny, there's a virus called COVID-19 or the coronavirus, and this virus is attacking America and killing Americans. And these hardcore American patriots are so quiet, and they come so quiet on this, and they look at wearing a mask is quote unquote violating their liberties and their freedoms and all of this. Like it's like they're just sitting back and letting a car burglar just break in their car and just steal things out of their car and walk away, and they don't and they just sit back and just watch this, and they just say absolutely nothing. They're just silent, basically showing that they're just completely blind to everything. I mean, there's an enemy. I mean, the enemy is COVID-19 that's claiming a lot of lives in America and killing people by killing them. And they're not fighting against this enemy. They're just letting this enemy just decimating and destroying their country. And they're letting crooked, corrupt politicians destroying their country. And they just sit back, wave their flag, wave the American flag, and talk about freedom and full freedom, and attacking people like me who talk about stuff out of the box and talk about like history things. And going back to people in foreign countries overseas, people in countries like the United Kingdom won't sit there and talk about, you got a lot of things, you got a lot of freedom and things in America that you enjoy, and if there is there a lot of people coming to the United Kingdom and living in the United Kingdom, and those British people, they're so cold and ice cold, and they don't want to answer back and ignore you. It's funny, you know, just looking at like these like just two stupid people across the fucking pond. Stupid Brits who think America is great, and stupid Americans who think America is great, and stupid people from foreign countries who come from war-torn, bad countries who think America is great. And the truth is, it's not great. And funny, one piece of shit American patriot told me this. Americans who want to leave, who want to go overseas and live in foreign countries, that's up to them. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to live in America. Well, go ahead and stay in this sinking ship, you stupid motherfucker. You You can take the American flag and shove it up your ass. Take the Statue of Liberty and shove it up your ass. And ultimately, you can take that crumbling old piece of paper called the U.S. Constitution and shove it up your ass. All right, you can stay and live in this crumbling country. Enjoy a dysfunctional bureaucratic healthcare system that bankrupts people and kill people. Enjoy a minimum wage that's not a living wage and where people just work by starvation wages. People just work longer hours for less pay. Enjoy this shitty work life balance where people work more and spend less time with their friends and families because coming to when it comes to working in America, people people live to work, and in other countries outside of America, people work to live. And people in countries who work to live spend more time with their family and friends and less time at work. And they work less and produce more, and they have a good work life balance. and and the truth is, when it comes to freedom, even though some countries don't have political freedoms, they have more social freedoms because they have the freedom to talk to anybody that they want, and they're not fearful and paranoid of strangers, and they're not closed off and standoffish and antisocial and cliquish like people in America. No, they're not. So, if I'm in Europe, I say in France or Spain or Portugal, I have a 50-50 chance of forming friendships with new people, meeting new people, and I will have a girlfriend slash future wife if I decide if I want to marry this lucky lady or not. So yeah, and there is no need for me to blow up and lose it and go on mass shootings and shoot and kill people and turn a gun and shoot and kill myself or get shot and killed by the police. The truth of the matter is there is no freedom in this uptight lockdown prison hellhole that is the United States of America. And to all the hardcore American patriots and to all the stupid dumbass foreigners who think America is great and ignore all the problems in America, I like to say this to them: fuck you. All right, that's all I gotta say in this video. And I just got a comment from an asshole from the States on one of my videos. Tell me this: how is Daddy Trump working for you? Fuck you. I'm gonna stop reading comments from these assholes and just read comments from people who are with it. Alright, that's all I gotta say in this video. Bye.
To masturbate every day on the 4th of July.